This morning, brethren, I'd like to talk about prayer. Now, prayer is definitely something we do without often thinking of all the implications involved in it. But I think it is important that we look into those so that our praying can become more powerful and understanding, become more enlightened. Now, when most people think of prayer, they usually think of talking to God and asking for some particular favor, whether it be deliverance from a sickness or financial problems or grief or etc. But I want to ask what is really involved in prayer. I know I have been tempted to think that if God already knew what we needed, as Jesus said, then why would we have to ask for it? But I think that in prayer, it is a moment of realization that we see the need of God's help in some area. Now, God knows for sure that a sinner needs salvation, but that man is not going to get it until he realizes his need for it. Of course, as we know, God calls all those that come into repentance and helps them realize their need. And perhaps he does the same thing in our prayers. I have often heard a brother or sister say that God moved them to pray for something, and the natural thought would come to me saying, why would God move someone to ask him to do something? Why wouldn't he do it anyway? Well, I think when God moves someone to pray, he's in fact inviting that person to share in his work. Often that can be the work of salvation or the work of the power of God to protect our loved ones or whatever, but he is inviting us to participate in his work. Now, in the thought of prayer being in a way which we participate in the work of God, it should be clear to us that only those who are already committed to the work of God would have their prayers answered. If we think about it, when Adam was back in the Garden of Eden, he had a perfect nature that could commune with God. Adam's sin is what caused us to lose that privilege. But God be praised, when we are reconciled by Jesus Christ, that privilege to talk and petition to God has been regained. We can now go before the Creator of the universe and present our needs and troubles before him. As the word says in Hebrews 4:16, let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in the time of need.